Hiya, my name is Veronica, Imaginovator and host. Welcome to the Shaboo Prince Artist Studio, where you and I will play hard and embark on your new odyssey.
It's an inward journey of discovery using your enlivened sense of wonder. Each episode will offer you surprising experiences for deeper imagination and creativity to occur. This is your safe playground where you will discover and liberate your creative originality. Come on in and let's ride.
Hello, I'm Veronica, Imaginovator and artist here at the Shaboo Artist Studio. Welcome back to your new odyssey, where we play. This is our virtual playground where you're safe to imagine far and wide, and we'll play hard so that we can open our hearts and let your original creative self flow.
Hiya, I'm your assistant, Imaginovator Veronica, and I will help you get the most out of your new odyssey, a program unlike anything you've ever seen before. Each episode is a grab bag of various creativity experiences and activities that will get you thinking in new ways and increase your curiosity for your imagination and creative self-expression. All you have to do is sit back, have an open mind, and watch. And I guarantee you will get something good for yourself out of the next half hour.
And the last episode, we talked about the concept of play and how important that is, and that joy is the highest form of love. And it's love that opens the heart. And it's through heart that your creative genius and your original creative self flows. So we are here to quiet the mind, open the heart, quiet the mind, open the heart. And last time I mentioned how some adults had trouble with the word play and how some felt that it was juvenile. There was a negative connection with the word play. And yet we're here to bring back the power of play and remove that adulterated disposition that we've put on it, right? Well, another word that a lot of adults have also expressed a little discomfort or resistance towards is toy. I want to share with you my favorite toy. And it brings me joy every time I hear it. And I've even given this as a gift at adult parties, and it just explodes the whole party in a positive way. They go nuts about it. So it's amazing how we respond to toys is at our core the same that way we've always responded to toys. That is a glimpse of our youthful, playful, creative self coming back out for just a moment and responding, recognizing it, and reacting to it. I recently went to a symphony concert, and the adults were sitting as they always do, nice and proper, quiet, and to our surprise, the opening act was a marionette show. And the adults went nuts, taking photos. They stood up, elbows high, giggling. I had memories of a child when I saw marionettes back when. Again, people react to it. The response of our hearts to toys and play is real. So why do we dismiss it? Why not harness that power that they have on us to open us up, to bring us joy, to open our hearts so that our creative, original selves can flow again? Why not? So I recommend that the toys are a powerful thing to have in your presence. Matter of fact, to my creativity students, I recommend having a toy box. I have mine. And yes, I have it in my office. And it's really helpful when I am feeling stuck or low, my energy is low, or I can't think big, to dig back into my toy box and grab some things that make me laugh, that shake me out of that stuck feeling, those thoughts of feeling small, or I can't figure out a new idea, or I don't know how to solve this problem. I have lots of fun things in my toy box. I have a toy magnifier, of course my bubble maker, I've got my slide whistle, and of course you can't do anything without a proper tiara. And it's hard to stay in a stuck mindset when you are wearing a tiara and you accidentally catch your reflection somewhere and you start cracking up. So these are really powerful tools. Use them. Yes, put a toy box in your office. Make toys available at work so that you can use them to shake yourself back up, to reawaken your creative, youthful self, because it's that person inside you, that creative person that comes out when your heart is open, that has your best ideas, that finds your next solution, that gets energized about what's ahead and hopeful. Yes, it's a big, big deal to live creatively, to be free, and toys are a powerful tool for your original creative self. So you're getting the idea that the more creative you become, the more you reconnect with your original creative self, the more joyful you become, the more resilient you become. You see everything more as an opportunity rather than a challenge. And so, considering all of that, I think it's time for us to think about playing with nothingness. The void, the blank spaces, the what's ahead, I don't know, the unknowns. It's time for us to start re-examining how we consider those now that we've been together playing for a few episodes. And so, yes, I think it's a good time for us to revisit the blank page tour. So here we go. A blank space. How do you feel about that? If somebody were to approach you and say, here's a blank piece of paper, I need you to give me X, Y, and Z, or fill it with anything you want. Are you still nervous about that concept? Don't know what to do? Excited about the opportunity? Where are you at right now when you are confronted with the unknown and a blank space? An opportunity to invent something or create something from nothing. So let's play in this space for a little bit. Take a close look at this blank field.
Most adults only skim the surface of their imagination and creativity, like snorkelers, but your creative genius lies deeper. That's why you'll need tools like Kaleidoscope Journeys, Curly-Haired Tao, and this blank page tour. They will help you dive more deeply into your far-out imagination. Deep imaginovation requires going away from conventionality, where most people remain. It takes a bit more courage, and that's why I'm here, to make you feel secure enough to explore the fantastic unknown, accessible through your super imagination. It's at this deep level your creative original self waits to talk with you. This is about freeing yourself from conventionality, which is everywhere and very subtle. It can even hide in pencil and paper. And that's why we will draw with nothing but your heart. I will now cue some inspirational music. Let the music help you float up and into this other dimension where there is no time, no pressure, no heaviness. Be comfortable in this blank space and let what exists here begin to stir. I will now shuffle various shapes and lines and randomly select one for this blank page tour. Ah, yes, this one is very good. Imagine this shape to create anything you want. For example, you can orientate this upside down or clockwise. You can multiply it or change its size as much as you want. You can use it to create pictures or designs or patterns, anything you want. Hold this shape in your imagination because I will now remove it. For the next minute, play with the shape in your imagination. Creatively use it as much as you can on this blank field. Joining us on these blank page tours keeps you in discovery mode and lessens feelings of doubt and insecurity. Not to mention that they supercharge your imagination and creativity. Let's look at your current creativity level based on this experience and what that may mean for you. If your imagination uses the shape 1 to 10 times, you are creative. That means you know you are meant for more and why you may feel stuck in a current situation. You struggle with self-doubt and don't share some of your best ideas because your mind is a very good enforcer of conventionality. Here is some of the creative growth that is ahead for you. Tapping into your creative genius to do more of what you love and do it best. Spending more time in environments that offer you bigger opportunities. Finding a community that agrees you have untapped potential. Here are a few benefits to look forward to if you use more imagination and creativity in your life. Becoming more confident. Improving as a brilliant idea generator. Receiving much more joy and far less stress. And repairing your sense of destiny. If your imagination used the shape 11 to 24 times, you are very creative. You are ready to expand into the unknowns of more abundance and success, but struggle with waves of imposter syndrome and the drag of not always feeling like you belong. You aren't stuck but feel antsy. You are creatively brilliant but don't always see how it applies. You seek a new community that can help take you to the next level. Here is some of the creative growth that is ahead for you. Building the trust you have for your creative genius. Discovering ways to apply your ideas. Getting accustomed to a higher public profile. And considering your leadership potential. Here are just a few benefits to look forward to if you use more imagination and creativity in your life. seeing more opportunities, being more courageous, valuing your creative originality, feeling that your destiny is closer than ever before, all of which will increase your energy and joy. If your imagination used the shape 25 or more times, you are a star Imaginovator. You are very independent. You are a leader who makes a difference. You oftentimes feel misunderstood. You seek to work only in the creative flow and live in discovery mode. But you have pressure between creative flow and conventionality. Here is some of the creative growth that is ahead for you. Delegating and team building. Creating optimal home and work environments. Community leadership. Teaching. Better time management. Finding new ways to use your signature talent. Star Imaginovators can always use more imagination and creativity, and here's why. You need more relaxation and more aha moments. You will grow as an influencer. You will experience greater fulfillment and touch your destiny. And you will have more energy and drive. Do you want to know what I see in a blank page? I see a portal to an otherworldly place where I can see new pathways and have new ideas. I love diving into the vastness of imagination where my creative originality is. And where ideas like the iPhone, Uber, and the everlasting gobstopper come from. Let's now awaken your heart with an introspective question. Notice any resistance you may feel or messages from the mind that may keep you from your deeper knowing. Let your heart respond. Your heart never lies.
So, play, toys. Yeah, fun and easy things, right? Well, not so much for adults, especially, if our mind is being a really dutiful enforcer of conventionality and how adults should be. And so here's a word I want us to consider this week. Nonsense. Yeah, nonsense is usually what adults feel when you start talking about free play or fun toys. And so this is an opportunity for us to address our beautiful minds again. And so when you are out there selecting your toys for your toy box, which I recommend, you're going to have an opportunity to confront the mind, the heart with the mind again when you select your toys, because I guarantee your mind's going to kick in and say you shouldn't do that and you should get this and that one is nonsense and too loud and it makes no sense. Well, that's the whole point. Again, it's playing for playing's sake. Toys that reignite your original youthful self. What does that youthful creative genius inside you want to play with? Maybe it's a plastic mustache. Maybe it's a ball. That's who should be selecting your toys for your toy cabinet. And it's because it's that person inside you that has the keys to your successful everything going forward, especially your joy.
When you reconnect with deeper creativity, you collect pearls of wisdom and experience more opportunity. Let's get a pearl of serendipity from Imaginator Veronica's collection.
So if you notice, we talk a lot here about that something other thing, right? That invisible other force or thing that we can use to benefit ourselves, like our imagination, our superpower, and creativity, and our awareness and mindfulness, and all these things are invisible things, right? Invisible forces that we can harness, like joy and love, creativity, all of that. Hard to put your mind around it, right? And put it in tight little boxes. And that's the whole point. The more you become connected with your own creative, original self, the more you see, the more you become aware of everything. And when you see more, because you're seeing with your heart more, as well as with your mind, the more you know. And I noticed that you start to experience these amazing coincidences and more chance and more opportunity, more synchronicities, which is things coincidentally seeming alike that are all kind of working towards a positive something, a goal, or serendipity, which is that something that you always wished and hoped for that suddenly happens, seemingly by coincidence. All of those things start to happen more because you're seeing them more. It's not that they are happening more. They're always happening. You're just seeing them more because you are becoming an expanded, creative person. And so over my experience, I have created a lot of what I call pearls of wisdom. And it is me having those aha moments, noticing something that feels like the truth, like a core truth. And I've been proven over time that yes, others see it too, or they tend to be universal truths that no one disputes, that seem to be like at the very core of who we are, and that seems to be consistent, regardless of who you are, that truth. And so I've written them down over the years and collected them because they're inspirational. And I've put them now here, all of these pearls of wisdom. And then we have lots more. These are just a few. And together we're going to show an example of serendipity right here and right now. And that is, you're going to help me select a pearl of wisdom. And I'll bet that it contains something that you need right now. Some wisdom, some thoughtful statement that you need right now. And let's try this again, because it's a powerful exercise. So let's prepare ourselves by taking a deep breath and centering yourselves, calming for a moment, feeling the ground beneath your feet. Just starting to feel that relaxed feeling, calm. That's nice. And so now I'm going to ask the spirit of the Shaboo Artist Studio to join us. And now I'm asking your spirit to guide me, to help me select a pearl of wisdom that you need right now. So I'm going to now shuffle the pearls, and with your guidance, I'm getting chills. That's a very good sign. I'll let you kind of guide my fingers to the one that I think we need, and it felt like it was this one. So I'm putting the bowl down, and here's our pearl of wisdom, and it is: when you imagine beyond what is, the real you stirs and sparks to life as inspiration. Isn't that the truth? That's fantastic. Yes, when you imagine beyond what is kind of what the mind is really good at holding you at, right? Or the what is, the reality. A stick is a stick. Point A and point B. This is what is. Well, we're learning there's more to that. So when you learn to live and think beyond what is, venture into some of those powerful forces we're here talking about, like your imagination and creativity and love and joy. Those invisible forces, when you start to imagine beyond what is, the real you begins to stir. Your original creative self is more than this. It is beyond this. It is someplace else. It is where you came from. It is where we go. It is where your best ideas come from. It's where magic comes from. So when you think beyond what is, the real you, thank goodness, begins to stir. And it shows itself as inspiration. Joy, love, creativity, imagination, play, toys. Yeah, why can't adults have that too? I think you know in your heart that we can, and that maybe we should. And that maybe it's a missing something. Why we aren't happier, and why things are maybe more difficult, and why we're doing things we don't really find fulfilling. Maybe doing some of those things will help that, and I think they will. Spend your week wisely, playing any way you want. And remember, play doesn't necessarily have to have an outcome, just for the playful sake of play. Play hard.
Visit our website for more program resources, and we welcome feedback.